Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art for the 100th time. Hello, friends. Coming with me on this journey, on this magical journey, on our glorious 100th, is the man, the myth, the legend, my partner in crime, Joshua Gangsta Time Cole.
Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
100, man.
We did it, dude.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
It escapes words. Words escape you. For real. Also joining us on his 75th episode on the podcast, our interim to now permanent. I can't even imagine the show without him now. It is my brother Edgelord Big News Brian.
What's up, boyos?
Hello. Wow, I am in high
good,
spirits. We finally did it. This was a long time coming. Very excited to get into it. And we got a great show to boot. We have like a ton of cool shit to talk about. But let's get into plugs really fast. You could find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JD Cole _37 as well on Instagram.
Hell yeah. Brian.
You can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter, and you can catch me on twitch.tv/itspunchline.
Yeah. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, especially because our weekly really good chapter of the week poll is now in effect. It's still going. We're doing this a little early. Usually the poll ends on Thursdays when we usually record, but that is not the case this time. So yeah, go on to our Twitter, vote for your favorite. The voting's still up as of the recording of this episode. I guess I'll announce like what the front runner is when we get to it, but it won't be Black Clover because Black Clover's on break this week. So that'll be a genuine race, for real. If you love this podcast and are watching through YouTube, we have all 100 episodes on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Pandora, wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on there doing the thing. So go look us up on there. We don't have video episodes for every episode, so if you wanted to go back into the catalog and check it out, you can. If you're listening on iTunes and Spotify and wherever you listen to podcasts, first of all, thank you, because you may have been here since the beginning. So, very, very big thanks to you guys. But if you want to see us live and see our beautiful faces, there's a link in your description that will take you to our YouTube page, where we have all the fun stuff, little breakups for chapters that you like, series that you follow. We do little breakups of those, or you can watch full episodes, whatever you want. We got it on there for you. And I think that's it. Oh, email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want to talk to us about. Leave a 5-star review on iTunes. It super helps. It'll help us be more visible to the algorithm of iTunes. So do that. We want to be famous. Oh boy, that's my computer. Anyway, I think that's it. Comment below, like, subscribe, share. Let's get into it. I'm very excited. It is time for the 100th time to randomize. Oh shit! Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh yeah.
Good start.
This is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 140, Execution. Last we left off, I called it. Basically, everybody's like, everybody's pulled up on Itadori. We got Naoya here from the Zenin clan, and of course we have Okotsu, who just like found this guy. So, the 4-way battle ensues. He pulls up on the scene. Itadori has to ask for the second time because this is another just stranger after him. He's just like, "Who are you?" And I guess Okotsu answers by just jumping like off the building and just crashing into the scene, which is pretty terrifying, to say the least.
He's like just literally flexing his ability
for real
to show you this is what I am. Don't worry about the name.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry about who I am.
I am your end.
You're not gonna need my name where you're going, so don't even worry about it. And it's funny because
He's
like
pulling up like the Grim Reaper out to collect souls.
for real. So Choso looks up at him and is like, "So you're Yuji's executioner," and at that point, Naoya is like, "Okay, let's get it not twisted right here. I am not your enemy right now. I'm on your side." He's basically says like, "Yo, I'm Maki's cousin," and of course, Okotsu knows Maki from back in the day, so no good way to identify yourself. But he's like, "Yeah, basically we're on the same side. I'm also here to kill Itadori, but if you want to do it, I'm not gonna get in your way. But in return, he doesn't really say like what he has in return right now, but I think what it is. So basically, he's like, hey, if you kill Itadori, don't tell people yet. He's bait for somebody I want to meet. But yeah, at the same time, Choso's in his head, like, bringing together all the logistics of the situation. Just really thinking.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't take him very. I mean, Itadori is kind of he's sharp when it comes to combat, but he's still kind of dull in the head. He's kind of thick in the head. So this. He already peeped out the situation. From the first words, he was like, "Yeah, you got to get out of here." Literally, if you go a page back, the first thing he says right after he asks, "Who are you?" and as soon as he responded with some familiar shit, he didn't even have to know nobody's name. He was like, "Yeah, this isn't good, bro. They're gonna smoke you."
Yeah, you got to get out of here.
Especially this guy that pulled up. So.
Yeah. So basically,
I like it.
He tells Yuji to like go on without him. He'll take the speed guy because he's a speed type, but there's a trick to it. So as long as he figures that out, it should be fine. Trying to like make it easier for Itadori to wrap his mind around leaving Choso behind to do the thing. So after Naoya and Okotsu make their deal, they just spring into action, no problems. Okotsu makes his move. Choso tries to do something to Okotsu, but like Naoya comes in and just like kicks his hand out of the way, his like blood strike. So yeah, that's a moot point. And Okotsu is left to just chase after Itadori, who's sprinting full speed, yet Okotsu can still like keep up with him with a katana in his hand without like this movement, I guess, without the ability to really sprint.
I guess that was significant. I wouldn't know. I don't run around with large katanas.
Yeah, I mean,
but I guess even when I'm using a lacrosse stick, it is. I guess it's you have to do it in stride. You know what I'm saying? If I'm running and holding it like that,
Yeah.
I guess I get it.
Wow.
Whatever, man.
Hey,
I tried to make a comparison.
We waited
lacrosse is lit.
Yeah, we waited 100 episodes to reveal that we've been this entire time in the presence of a student athlete.
Yo, you funny, bro.
Yeah. But in any case, they just start fighting it up. Naoya just like his technique seems to consist of just like lightly slapping people whenever he gets the opportunity, but upon slapping this guy, he just feels like ow, and he's basically like, well, I can tell by your technique is like that blood thing, right? But you need some time to charge up, so I'm a speed type, so you're done. That's not gonna work on me. So this is checkmate. Now you die. And Choso's just like, no, I'm warning you. Do you think you could leave here alive after trying to hurt my little brother?
No, I'm warning you. I don't give a fuck about none of that science you just spit.
Yeah.
You say, I'm going hard for mine.
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
I mean,
did I say this was the RGC? This definitely was.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I agree. I was waiting till the end to be like, but, well, might as well.
Certified RGC, certified RGC, certified RGC.
Very cool. But back to the chase with Itadori and Okotsu. They both come across these dilapidated cars. Yuji tries to pull a like slick move, jump over it, But Okotsu comes around the corner like, "Ooh, I got you, bitch."
Yeah, he did. He did read. He didn't know. He did catch him, but I guess he's just so fast and elusive, man.
Yeah.
Like a air dodge.
For
I'm
real.
telling you, this is literally Smash Bros.
Yeah, but Yuji's slick himself, and on the cusp of jumping over, he also flips like the other way. I feel like that's almost impossible.
No, he put his hands on the door, like the handles, or not the handles.
Oh,
but
okay.
Like the window, like the window was down, so he grabbed onto the door and pulled himself back over. So, and he flung himself over to the opposite side of the car.
That still feels crazy difficult, but it is Itadori, and he's like got crazy strength, so whatever.
Yeah, he gets a pass for it, but what was super lit is how he used the car as a means to escape, and then on the same coin knocked it right into Okotsu, which was that was smart as hell. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, he seemed to have punched this car directly into Okotsu's body, and yeah, he takes that opportunity to just like dart indoors, but Okotsu doesn't take that lightly. He also just seems to toss this car in Itadori's way, and Okotsu's like, yeah, I'm not even that strong, too, so you're not impressive. I can also do that. But yeah, at that moment, Itadori realizes, like, hey, he may not have that much power, but he has an immense amount of cursed energy. So he compensates for his lack of power with cursed energy. Everyone does it, but when he does it, yeah, it's something special, apparently. So, apparently he has more cursed energy than Gojo, so that's pretty fun. But he has the difference between them is that like Gojo has the 6 eyes, so the energy that's lost when he activates a curse is infinitesimally close to 0.
Yes. One may be blessed by mana, but the other one was given magic eyes, and we all know magic eyes.
And in manga, if you have magic eyes, you're pretty much the dominant superior race, basically.
Take that L, Okotsu. Sorry, that's my guy too. But
he is my guy, and he's like, you know what? Now I'm done talking, and he just like pulls up on Yuji. Yuji doesn't know what to really do. He just remembers Todo talking about the flow of energy for an elite sorcerer is difficult to read. They like average fighters. Basically, the difference between them is that you can just kind of see where all the cursed energy is located, where an elite Jujutsu sorcerer can just like spread it around his whole body. So, you know, and of course Okotsu's just an elite fighter, so his whole body, including his katana, is constantly surging with cursed energy. But yeah, he doesn't let this really discourage him, because the chapter ends with him kind of remembering Nanami's last words to him, and it kind of occurs to me like, oh yeah, they killed off so many people died in the Shibuya arc that I almost forgot that Nanami was killed then too. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the chapter ends with Yuji declaring, I can't die yet. Man, fantastic chapter. It really popped off way quicker than I thought it would. We're already in the action, like a couple chapters after the Shibuya arc, so not a lot of time to rest there, but I am not angry at it.
This isn't a huge, massive event. Mm-hmm. It's just a really cool and intense mashup of characters meeting each other and introducing them into the series and solidifying who they are with the huge first, with the beginning first statement. Yeah. And just, epically cool art and fighting. This is what, so yeah. I think there's a difference. Like, I still feel like the pace is cool because he's very focused on one thing that's going on and without all these other storylines. Like, we know that that's going to happen later. Mm-hmm. It's just, all I'm thinking about is, damn, what's going to happen next?
For sure.
My guess of what's going to happen is, I think this arc is going to end with Yuji and Okotsu, and maybe some people from Jujutsu High becoming enemies of the Jujutsu sorcerer world, and vowing to liberate Gojo. I mean, not Gojo. Is it Gojo or is it Jogo?
No, Gojo. Gojo's the guy with the eyes. Jogo is the volcano head.
No, this is Choso, right?
Oh, Choso is
No.
the blood guy.
I'm thinking.
What are you talking?
There's so many characters that sound the same, but I'm talking about the guy with the eyes. And the
Gojo. That's Gojo.
Yeah, it's Gojo. Okay. So I'm thinking that they're gonna, because they already showed that Okotsu is probably gonna fucking flip, just because he mentioned he's like Maki, and he's really tight with Maki and Voice Dude.
Mm-hmm.
So that's already a hint for me, like, oh, this guy's gonna flip 100%. So I think they're gonna become enemies of the Jujutsu world while also vowing to go and save Gojo from the prison realm, and that would make them enemies 100%.
Oh yeah, I mean, I never thought that Okotsu was gonna be like an actual antagonist to the series. I think
he feels like it.
He could. I mean,
or if not, I think he would use Yuji to go free Gojo, and then that's when he'll execute him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities for this, but as far as the chapter itself goes, huge fan. I can't wait to see what happens next for it.
He's gonna get one. He's gonna have one hell of an epic end arc.
Mm-hmm.
Okotsu, I can just see it. I don't know how far in the future that's gonna be, man, but he's gonna die with a smile on his face.
Yeah. He's gonna have the will of D coursing through his veins,
and mad corpse around him.
Yeah, or he just
or
he just lives happily. One of the two.
Well, I hope. We'll see.
Yeah, huge fan. Loved it. It is my RGC for the week, so I'm very excited. You guys ready to move on?
Mm-hmm.
All right, it is time to randomize. Avengers. This is Avengers number 43. Enter the Phoenix Part 4. Last we left off, they're still fighting for the Phoenix Force. This time, we start off with the pairings of Black Panther versus Wolverine, in which Black Panther wins by just kicking Logan in the nuts. And yeah, he just wins, beats him up after that.
That was the final result of that, basically.
Yeah, he kicks him real hard and then just takes advantage of the moment to cut him up real bad. So
there's a lot of back and forth about adamantium versus
vibranium.
Vibranium, yeah. I guess I don't know. I don't know which one is stronger. I guess vibranium is.
Yeah, I have no idea either.
I feel like I should know that. I feel like I'm a big dummy. Not knowing that.
Hey, you big dummy! Don't you know it's vibranium?
Oh, don't you have Google?
Mm-hmm. I wish.
God, man, must be nice.
Yeah. At the same time, Valkyrie is fighting She-Hulk. She-Hulk is like, we don't have to do this, and Hulk is like, yeah, we do. And then I'm gonna nuke myself. She basically does her gamma bomb and wins her battle. We then cut to Red Widow, Josh's favorite character. Red Widow versus the Black Knight.
Whoa!
What?
This is hype as hell.
Yeah.
Oh man, if only Arsenal was here to join the Red Barrage.
If only Hawkeye was.
Mediocreness.
Yo, you know why this arc is not good? Because the Phoenix 0 out of 10 because the Phoenix didn't obviously pick Hawkeye as one of the people to succeed to become the Phoenix. Obviously.
That's actually a fact. I don't understand how Clint Barton didn't get right.
I mean, how many people can claim they killed the Hulk? Am I right?
Bro, not many.
Meanwhile, on the outside of Avengers Mountain, while everybody's fighting, I guess, the Phoenix Force and also each other, that's when American Eagle pulls up and is like, "Oh, I lost."
And I'm mad because the dude asked him, says "Whoa, who took you out?"
Shauna.
Yeah, I bet a whole bunch of people.
Nah, it was just Shauna from the Savage Land. She took me out.
Yeah, I bet you did.
And Blade's like,
did we ever figure out who she was in the first place?
she's the I think the wife of, I could be wrong, but Khazar. You remember I remember her from like I think Empire, where they attacked like the Savage Land and she was there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Khazar is like the Conan guy.
Yeah, Conan-esque, because they actually have Conan, and Conan is part of the Marvel canon now. But in any case, Blade is like, don't worry, you can just fight here. We're just out here fighting each other right now, so if you want to join that, that'll be cool. One bombshell that we learned last issue as well is that apparently Thor is the son of the 1 million BC Phoenix host. And he just found that shit out. And he's like, what did you just call me? And she said, I'm your mom's, dude. And he didn't take lightly to that. He said, you lie, beast. Gaia, the earth goddess, is my mother. And she said, no, we lied, bro. I birthed you.
Yeah, I'm definitely not lying or making this up.
Not at all.
Jason Aaron.
Right, Jason Aaron? This is real continuity now. That everybody.
All of this, everything that's happened in this Avengers run. All this earth-shattering stuff.
Yeah, from now on, everybody's going to have to adhere to this. But yeah.
Why? Because of that Thor run? That's what
No, because like every time
the keys to Marvel, bro, it was cool. It wasn't the greatest thing ever, man. The art carried him hard through a lot of it.
Hey man, it's the people who make the rules change over the years, so you know, it could be any writer has that power to fundamentally change a character's history if they have like the editorial approval basically to do so. But we
got him in his back pocket, man. I'm telling you, there's some type of conspiracy going on.
Yeah, I mean, he's a veteran writer there at this point, so it makes sense that he could just do. But you know what? It could also be like they never really confirmed. We just kind of have to take the Phoenix's word for it to see. But yeah, she just keeps trying to convince him, and he's like, "No, you're not my mom. My real mom, Gaia's my mom." And before
having a tantrum.
Yeah. And
his ex-girlfriend has to save him.
Yeah, at that moment, that's like while they're talking shit. That's when Valkyrie comes in and is like, yeah, I lost to She-Hulk, so you know, it's pretty wild. So yeah, Thor's pretty miffed off, so he's not having a great time. Back in the white hot room, the weird purgatory space where all the fighters go to chill after their battles. Captain America confronts Namor and is like, are you willing to kill me, bro? I mean, after all we've been through together? And Namor's like, yes.
Like, who are you, bro? Like, You're just somebody that helped me at some time. You think I give a fuck about that?
We were invaders in like 1940 something. No, I don't care. Shauna pulls up herself, and then Red Widow won her battle against the Black Knight, so Josh is pretty stoked about that. One of these. Black Panther and She-Hulk also arrive. And then they just get thrown directly back into battle, where Namor is facing off against She-Hulk, Red Widow is going up against Shauna, and finally, concluding the issue, it's going to be Black Panther versus Captain America. All right.
I like how he said, "Listen, you don't think the Phoenix is gonna let us settle this with just rock paper scissors, right? Not even the 2 out of 3.
Maybe a cool game of Battleship. Can we do that?
Yeah, no, that's a hard game. That's intense.
Oh, so you know the X of Swords people can go and play Monopoly all day, but we can't.
It shoots and ladders. Hopscotch just shoots and ladders.
They get to play shuffleboard.
I gotta beat my best friend's face in until he's unresponsive. You kidding me?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. This is fine. I think a lot of people aren't really keen on this whole run. I've heard rumblings that this run isn't exactly looked highly upon.
I don't hate it. I think, like I said, I think it's kind of cool, the tournament style. It's just not as they're going about it in the most American comic way
Yeah,
they can. It's a little.
You're absolutely
a
right.
bit of a letdown, but it's an expectation I set myself, and I've learned from that already. So I'm not going to be too bitter.
You're not alone. I mean, we all get bummed out because the style American comics don't do action scenes well. I haven't, as much as I do like them, and there are very good stories within American comics. I can't point to a single fight where I was like, "That was fire," It's a real bummer. I wish that they could just like learn to just have battles, because why not? It's a lot of fun. You guys have a lot of cool characters with a lot of great power concepts, and don't use it. But yeah, I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of battles of philosophy more than actual battling, which is what all these battles are. It's just them talking while they're literally punching each other in the face, which feels impossible.
See, that's why we put certain writers on such a high praise level, because when they do it well, but then it just makes everything else look so mediocre.
Yeah,
really rough.
Yeah, it's hard to be exciting when you have to put the same, like the monologuing in the same panel as someone getting punched in the face really hard. But
yeah, man, they need to fucking read Bakuman and get some inspiration
for real. They need to read battle
from
manga.
Your boy.
They need to read Yu Yu Hakusho and get on that. Like mimic the tournament from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Bro, OG shit. I really need to go back and read that again.
I wish it was on the app, on the Shonen Jump app. It's not, unfortunately. Hopefully one day.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, if we all at Viz Media, they'll probably throw it up. Why not? But in any case, that was Avengers. It was fine. Whether this Phoenix shit is real or not in terms of Thor, I don't know. But yeah, I'm good to move on. Are you? It is time to randomize.
I hope he turns his sword into some guns.
My Hero Academia. This is My Hero Academia, chapter 303, the top 3.
And whose VGC is it?
Brian, is this your favorite chapter of the week?
RGC, I mean.
Dude, I feel bad for My Hero Academia because... Jesus Christ. Sorry, guys. Dad. What?
Hello?
Sorry. I feel bad for My Hero Academia because all the chapters have just been fucking incredible, but this is unfortunately not my RGC.
Whoa.
I wanted it to be so bad, but Jesus, there's just good chapters every week competing against it.
Well, Brian, I think you'll be pleased to know that this is currently actually in the lead for the audience RGC of the week. So, rest in peace, soldiers.
Do be proud.
But in any case, I mean, yeah, it's pretty good chapter. It was outshone by Jujutsu Kaisen for me, just because it's so cool. But this is a very cool one. We pick up pretty much where we right after we left off. Esther Todoroki is like, "Dad, come on, stop fucking. Let's just fucking go and stop Toya." And that's when Hawks and Best Genius pull up and is like, "Hey, it's time to talk about what we're gonna do next." Ray immediately apologizes for what Toya did to them, and they're like, "No, chill, you're fine. Don't worry about it. It's not your fault."
It's definitely not his fault.
But
he's a grown. Well, he's not a grown ass man, but he's his own person right now, doing the most.
Yeah.
If I burn myself in the forest, I'm running to the hospital, and I'm saying, you know what? I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to turn into Dabi. That's not what's going to happen.
Yeah, no.
Again, I'm not an emo Japanese teenager.
If I'm stuck on the top of a mountain, completely on fire head to toe, and I've set the entire forest on fire, I'm just going to the hospital.
I'm going straight to the hospital, bro. I'm going to the emergency room, and I'm not filling out nothing. I'm not sitting down for no extended time. Take me now, please.
Look at me. I'm a monster. I'm a disaster right now.
I am a whole rotisserie chicken. Like, please save me.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll stop at the store real fast to pick something up on my way to the hospital. I'm coming down from the mountain. I'm gonna get some munchies, but it's gonna be a straight shot, pretty much from the store.
Bro, I'm just not doing what he did. That's why I don't really.
But yeah, they basically kind of reconcile with what happened. Is like, yo, I mean, it's funny how Hawks is like, I watched a lot of videos on you, Endeavor, and to see how obsessed you were and how that ended up being pretty crazy. But before we get started, did you do this to Shoto? And Ray's like, nah, that was me. My bad. And Hawks is kind of impressed with Todoroki, with the idea that he's like cool with them, because he thinks back on his parents and how they were terrible people, and is like, yeesh, I just gave up on them, and this kid is just still around and supporting his folks, despite the fact they're kind of sort of not good. Whatevs. Anyway, that's a problem for another day. It's time for us to move on to the fucking problems at hand. Apparently he mentions that Shigaraki, Toga got away apparently, Spinner, Skeptic, and 132 members of the Liberation Front are all just out there. Plus 7 near high-end Nomu are also loose. And on top of that, there's still like 10,000 more convicts from these other prisons out there. So there's a lot of problems, and villains are becoming more daring, and citizens who've lost faith in heroes are fighting back, which makes it even worse. And this is the interesting part, because apparently the Japanese government has put in requests from heroes from abroad to come in and handle the situation, which is fascinating.
Spider-Man.
Imagine. I doubt it.
Oh my god, I'd die. I'd
Yeah.
die. Please let it be some type of multiversal thing, and it's like some version of a super.
Come on, Marvel and DC.
Oh my god, I will die.
Come
where
on,
I
Marvel.
stand.
Come on, Marvel DC. That would be
Come
so
on, step
fire.
up. You know you want to, Disney. You know you want to put your hands all over this market because you can, and you can.
You're gonna tell me, Disney, that if you could buy Shueisha, you wouldn't? You're a liar.
Oh man! Oh, you know he wants to buy Shueisha. You just need to just that one little kind of crack in the arm.
Yeah, and we're talking directly to the head in the jar that is Walt Disney, who's still alive. You can buy Shueisha. Just do it.
Honest, we've already seen one hero from abroad, just not in this series. In My Hero Vigilante, we've seen Captain.
No, we're talking about
Captain Celebrity.
We're talking about getting Marvel heroes up in here, Brian. We don't have time for these rando original characters.
Fuck these guys, man. I want Batman.
Although one of them looks like the Flash. I mean, it looks like he has like the little Flash lightning
No, all
bolts.
jokes aside, this was actually like the most exciting part of the comic to me, and it was good. This is, I guess, my third favorite because I'm not putting it in the Both World Trigger. But this I had brought that up a few times. Like, yo, I wonder what's the situation with heroes around the world. But then you guys kind of told me that they addressed that in a movie already, where like basically Japan's
seen
at
any
like
movies.
the top. Huh?
But I haven't seen any movies about it, but
All Might went abroad for a bit, and he has a guy who made his like suits and shit. That's abroad. There was a hero in Vigilantes called Captain Celebrity who made an appearance for a while in Japan to like repair his image. So we've seen some aspects of heroism across seas from Japan, you know?
yeah. I think there's also an American character in Class B. It's Pony, right? Pony Sunetomo.
Oh, I'm not sure. I didn't know that.
I remember they saying that she's like a transfer from America, so I wouldn't be surprised. But in any case, everybody's just like, yeah, I mean, they're here. The abroad superheroes are here, but the safety commission's down, so there's no paperwork. Like the paperwork that's needed to dispatch the heroes are gone, and I'm like, right now you're worried about paperwork? That's cool. But yeah, we're still like trying to figure it out, but with you we can make this a little better. So basically Hawks puts together is like, look, even though shit is crazy right now with you guys, I know that you're trying to be a better person, so I'm going to lend my full support to anyone trying to be better. And he proposes that he and Best Genius and Endeavor all team up to take down villains left and right. So that'd be cool. That's like a good first start. And Endeavor's like, yes!
Helps them remain a little bit more solid, helps with Endeavor's image a bit. It's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Makes a solid front against the criminals too. It's an overall good idea. Cause I was like, damn, what the fuck do they do next?
Yeah,
that was a pretty solid idea.
Yeah, Natsuo was just like, this is only till we stop Toya. Got it? And again, he's like, yes, my son.
Yes, son. I'm sorry. I'm brought shame.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like Hawks goes on to say that, like, yeah, now that Dabi's accusation is public, there's no avoiding it. But I thought of a statement to try and get us out of here. But there's one point that we're still fuzzy on. One for all. What is it exactly?
Whoa! What is that shit?
Yeah, because apparently, not only do the heroes that were immediately surrounding the area, as Shigaraki was saying it out loud to people, no, the media has caught wind of it, and they're asking, what does one for all mean? So everybody's starting to realize the existence of one for all, and they just need to know what the fuck it means. Endeavor doesn't really know, but he was like right there as Shigaraki was kind of chanting it to himself. And he remembers how Deku called in and was like, sorry for using the private frequency, but there's a chance that Shigaraki is after me specifically. And he kind of puts it together that he doesn't know what it is, but it's related to Deku. And that's when we cut over to Bakugo shouting in my face about Deku. Just being like, Deku, why'd you snooze when'd you get to snooze while I'm awake? And everybody's carrying him away because he is worsening his condition by
He's coughing up blood. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. By just shouting at the top of his lungs. So yeah, it's basically explained that like Tokoyami and Kaminari are both fine and they're ready for release. And Ida and Ochako have been just like outside Deku's door, just waiting for any news. Apparently All Might has All Might has basically said to ask everybody to leave him alone with Deku. So, as Hawks and Best Genius arrive at the front door, Ida says like, "Hey, All Might said to chill. He needs to be alone." And then we cut to inside the hospital room itself as All Might thinks to himself, "The version of me dwelling inside the boy, inside One for All. Right now, you must be talking with the predecessors." And that's where the chapter ends. Wow. We might actually get inside the the One for All Dreamscape next time, and this might be the time that for real we start to actually see the origin.
When we learn about Avatar 1?
Yeah, the first Avatar.
Ooh, yeah.
This is how I became the first Avatar.
That shit was lit, though.
It was lit.
That shit was lit, actually. And I appreciated it way more when I seen it on Netflix.
Oh, dude. I mean, Korra always got shit that it didn't deserve. I love that show.
I gave it some shit, too, bro. Literally because it wasn't The Last Airbender, man. I gave it a chance and it wasn't. I did the same thing I did with a lot of other series that I've learned to not do.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least come to peace with. Set your own expectations. Then you set yourself to get, for a fall, and you gotta be able to understand that and not take it out and project.
Folk show. But in terms of My Hero Academia, fun chapter. It's like it's a lot like those One Piece chapters where after arc you kind of get caught up with the world a little bit and things starts to move forward. I'm excited that we're like getting underway and learning new things and about what's transpiring. and there's like a clear kind of path as to where we're going now in terms of the story. I think this series, every chapter comes out, I'm thinking, oh, it might last longer than I thought it would. Horikoshi might not be as done as we thought he was. So I'm excited about that. Oh, Josh, I didn't hear you. Are you muted?
I said no. I just said it seemed like it was moving much faster a month ago.
Yeah,
just a month ago.
Yeah,
but you're right. It is starting to feel like there's way more mileage in this, and we'll see.
Yeah, Brian, do you have any closing thoughts?
This was a really good chapter. I really like how All for One is kind of One for All is kind of unraveling now. Like,
yeah.
If I feel like, I don't know, maybe they'll find a way to like cover it up, but I think it would be interesting that this would be the first time that people actually figure out what One for All is, and to see the general populace's reaction to it and how that's going to affect Deku in the future. Mm-hmm. Because they were keeping it hidden for a reason, right? Because, then people would be hunting him down, essentially, to get that power. So, we'll see what happens. Maybe Hawks will find a way to bury it or something, or maybe...
It's definitely going to be an interesting plot point.
Or maybe Endeavor is like, I am One for All, or some shit like that, Like, just to take on all the responsibility, and then he ends up dying for it. Yeah.
That would be pretty wild.
I think what I think will happen is that Deku, while talking to the predecessors, he's going to learn exactly what One for All is, and then he's going to explain it to people. Like, as the media is like crowding up and everybody's asking this question, what is One for All? I think that Deku's going to come out and be like, we've been hiding this for a while, but you know what? This is the power of the symbol of peace and all that stuff. It's going to be pretty fire. But no matter what, I think we all of our theories are pretty like on point and pretty cool. So I'm excited for the future of My Hero Academia. You guys are ready to move on?
Yes, sir.
Let's randomize. Infinite Frontier number 0. New era for DC Comics. For what feels like the second time in like 10 years or so. This is Infinite Frontier number 0. It's not necessarily a one-shot. It's basically kind of a roadmap for what's to come for the DC universe. We haven't covered any DC books for the last month or 2 months because it's all about Future State, and I was not interested. So we decided to wait till Infinite Frontier came back to bring it back. And we start off with Wonder Woman basically standing at the apex of all existence alongside these big pillars of the DC universe as a whole. We got the Spectre, the Phantom Stranger, Ganthet, this lady, this other bearded guy. Is he the Allfather? This guy? I think he's the Allfather. And this other bearded guy. Sorry for not knowing.
Well, one of them's the opposite, the dark side.
Yeah, the Allfather.
Yeah,
Highfather. Highfather's name.
Yeah, Highfather. Yes, there we go.
Yeah. New Gods. But yeah, she's at the quintessence, which is basically the road, like the big centerpiece of like the multiverse as it stands. So I guess like for whatever reason, the Spectre comes down and is like, I will be your guide to, what's coming next for your universe. And, so you can see that it's in good hands and we can fuck off to take care of this way bigger threat that awaits us. And we start in this city of some sort. There's a guy who's just like burnt to a crisp, and Superman arrives there and is like, whoa, what happened here? And it turns out that this person was burned alive by this man. We all know him as Black Adam, but the public seems to know him as Shazadam for some reason. I hope that doesn't stick. I don't like that name.
Shazam?
Shazam.
I don't like that.
I think the citizens just call him Shazam because he looks like Shazam. But I'm calling him Black Adam. That's his name. And yeah, he's just like, and I guess Superman's just trying to like understand what just happened here. Flash shows up. He's like, "Whoa, was this you?" And they explain, "Nah, it was Black Adam. He was here." I mean, the Flash shows some doubts, but Superman's like, you never know. He's trying to do good now, so you can't hate. Meanwhile, in Gotham City, this is Arkham Asylum. This random guard named Mahoney is just doing his rounds, walking around, doing his routine check. When he arrives at Bane's cell or whatever you want to call it, that has been Jokerized completely. He pulls up Bane's mask and he has been hit pretty fucking hard with the Joker toxin.
Yeah, so hard that he is dead.
Yeah, his jaw is.
He looks
hanging.
dead anyway.
Yeah, it's just this like skinny ass head, like skin and bones head with on top of this brolic body. It's just, and Mahoney's like, no, Bane is dead, and so are a few other people that got hit really hard with the Joker toxin. But yeah, at that point, it's pretty much immediately on the move. Oracle is just like learns of something big. We also get a scene where the Foxes are taken by the Grifter because someone is invading their home. It looks like. He also got word about Code Arkham. The Code Green in Arkham, and they're like, yeah, you guys got to get underground because the Joker's, I think, back. It looks like it was a Joker attack specifically. So, nobody knows what really is going on because this is a little soon for the Joker. He's only been gone for like a few weeks, and this is very unlike him. So, Batman leaps into the fray, of course. Back at Themyscira, we see kind of a passing of the guard. Essentially, with Diana gone, the Amazons just start to fight for their right to leave and kind of take her place as the new Wonder Woman. Instead, what happens is Hippolyta kind of chooses Nubia to rule over Themyscira while she goes out. And I remember this because, like, announced that recently is that Hippolyta is going to be the Wonder Woman stand-in at the Justice League team that's being formed right now.
Hippolyta?
Mm-hmm. Wonder Woman's mom.
Her mom? Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's kind of wild. So the classic Wonder Woman, basically.
Basically the JSA Wonder Woman.
Yeah. It's pretty lit.
I'm here for it. There also seems to be an Amazon out there as well that I guess they got to hunt down. We get this one scene in Battery Park with Alan Scott, and this is a pretty uplifting thing because Jade and Obsidian have been brought back into continuity. They were wiped out a long time ago with the New 52.
Oh, wow.
So because Alan Scott is just like youngified again, and they basically separated everybody. Both of these ideas kind of collide where Alan Scott calls them over to this old JSA headquarters to come out of the closet to them, which is a sweet moment. I mean, this was like an aspect that they tried to pull off with the Earth 2 stuff. And the only thing I had is that I was worried that it would take Jade and Obsidian out of continuity, but they got to merge the two ideas together, and as long as they're together, my only hope is that this actually is like a little hint that there's going to be a new Justice Society book. That would be fire. I'd be here for that.
Yeah, JSA is, when it's written well, it's really good.
Yeah, I mean, they're my favorite team,
boy.
in all honesty. So I'm not mad at it. We also get a tease of the Teen Titans Academy book that's coming out soon, where the big draw to that is that Red X from the TV show makes his comic book debut in this series.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if that alone is worth the price of admission, but it's not. I don't think it's a bad idea, and then that doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the vibe is not dissimilar to the Avengers Academy, where there is this like established school for superheroes, like My Hero Academia for the DC universe. I'd be down for that. I wouldn't be mad. We then cut over to Metropolis, where Wonder Woman is watching Superboy take on basically this entity of time and space itself. And Spectre's talking mad shit about John Kent. He's out here like, Jonathan Kent is not Superman and must never be. Meh. And he basically explains like all the shitty things that have happened to John Kent. And even like this last 2 years or so, where he was aged rapidly after spending like however many years with his crazy grandfather, and then imprisoned in Earth 3 and tortured by an evil version of Superman, and then ended up in the Legion of Superheroes, which I guess he's not anymore. But yeah, he's just like, I don't feel hopeful for John Kent, and he just leaps directly into the very void of this strange space-time monster. And Spectre's like, see, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's being brash and impatient. And once he arrives, I guess he just like goes way back in time to when this little thing was a baby, and is like, and Wonder Woman's like, see, he's not so bad. He knows what he's doing. And he picks up this little baby space-time monster and takes it back to where its rightful place is. And I guess they reward him by allowing him to just go back.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah, we won't rob you of all your time like your grandfather did. Don't worry.
yeah, you could go home.
We got you.
And Wonder Woman's like, see, and then Spectre's like, fine. I still don't buy it, though. He's still going to be a monster.
Watch, things are going to happen, and he's going to be a big deal.
I'm the Spectre, and I'm a huge hater.
Bro, his face, the disgust and jealousy.
Ugh. An actual cool character. I don't like him. But yeah, we cut over to the greatest couple in comic books, Green Arrow and Black Canary, just chilling. For whatever reason, the Spectre decided to bring them there, just so he could be like, look at how cool they are, They're doing all right. It's Green Arrow and Black Canary. And they get a call on their phone as they're bantering. And we cut over to this gas station where Red Arrow has been brought back from the dead. So DC took a massive backtrack from Heroes in Crisis, I guess. I mean, I'm not hating.
Why do you keep saying it like that? Maybe he just got revived. That was a big deal for a lot of these characters.
So soon? So soon?
Yeah.
Well, in any case, he's like, well, I don't know. He thinks about who he's gonna call next, and he just decides fuck it, and he just goes, I guess, backpacking across the country. We get a little scene with Stargirl, which is nice and wholesome. She's got a TV show out, right? So she gets a book, I guess. I don't mind her. I liked her in Justice Society as well. So hopefully that's just another thing of things to come. I
don't exactly know what her powers are, but I don't know. Yeah. I guess she's just strong.
It's her cosmic rod.
Two beams.
Her rod gives her powers. So, I mean, I'm not very familiar with the Star Person mythos, but that's how I see it. But yeah, we cut back over to Batman's Batman story as he's on his way to Arkham. Meanwhile, Mahoney's on the inside doing heroics, trying to save everybody inside. But it's too late. It's pretty fucked up in there. There's a bomb there's fluids going around and electrical circuits going crazy, and that's a recipe for explosion. And that's exactly what happens. He explodes. Mahoney basically sacrifices himself to save a few people. And he, I guess, passes away in Batman's arms, which is pretty sad. The police pull up to Batman and is like, freeze, Batman! And Batman's like, shoot me if you want, but I'm going to go save folks. because apparently there's still, according to Batman's computers, there's still 17 people inside the building. So the cops are like, whoa, 17 people? Fuck that. And Batman's like, I'll do it. I'm crazy. I'll go in there. We then cut over to this big ass building. I think this is Saint Enterprises, where this like small hairline receding ass kid, receding ass man is down there, and he's basically explaining like he's talking to somebody off screen, and he asks them if they're ready for what the magistrate program has to offer. And we cut over, and it's Scarecrow with a new design, looking pretty video game villain-esque. I don't hate it.
I thought it's pretty dope.
Yeah, I like it.
It looks more. He looks a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah, Scarecrow's fun because he's like one of these villains that every artist has a different interpretation of how he looks.
Because he's not that stamp. I don't think he's anybody's favorite villain.
I feel like he's like
Batman.
Like Beast has that thing too, where I think everybody draws him different, which is I think is cool. I think like there are just some characters like that where people alternate from person to person. But yeah, Scarecrow's like, no, Simon Saint, they're not nearly scared enough, but they will be because I'm Scarecrow and I'm scary.
Needle fingers.
Needle fingers. Meanwhile, in hyperspace, on this ship, we have Simon Baz, who I haven't seen in forever, and Jon Stewart piloting Teen Lantern over to Oa so she could meet the Guardians, because nobody really knows what her deal is, but for whatever reason, she ended up with an equivalent of one of their rings. So, they're going to Oa to deal with that. I didn't read all that much of Young Justice, and I thought Teen Lantern was a pretty interesting idea for what it was. It's not just like a kid who has a Green Lantern ring. It's someone who has the ring but has like mechanically altered it to work without the battery, which is very interesting. So I'm looking forward to what the Green Lantern Corps has to offer. This is one of the more interesting things to come out of it, as well as we cut over to the Totality, which is this new headquarters where a group of DC characters, villains and heroes alike, are going to watch over the now expanding Omniverse and search for threats and just kind of learn as much as they possibly can about it. And Flash has been offered a seat on the Totality permanently, which kind of stretches him out for his Flash duties. So, in a big move, he explains that, like, there's this Earth Omega. We don't know what the fuck that is, so I got to work on that. So in the meantime, congratulations, Wally West. You are now the new Flash.
They're giving for our whole thing.
Again. I'm not mad at it. I'm interested to see. I don't know who's going to be writing Flash after this. I know it's not the guy who's been writing it since Rebirth started. So it'll be interesting to see who takes on Wally as the Flash. But yeah, that's the big development there. And that's kind of the end of the road for, as far as what they're showing explicitly for what's the future of DC to hold. We get a little bit of little tiny teases as they walk through this like path of comic book panels. We see that Aquaman has a full family now. We see that Deathstroke is holding his mask for some reason. I don't know why. Booster and Blue Beetle are chilling out. There's some cool, interesting things. Lobo meets his daughter. The Swamp Thing's there. But yeah, now it's time for Diana to, to make her move. And everybody's like, "Are you ready to join us, Diana?" And he's like, "I have faith that my friends can handle this shit themselves. However, I decline your offer." Basically, she's like, "I'm not just going to sit on the sideline with you old geezers as my friends do all the fucking heavy lifting." And she transforms back into what looks like her like death metal outfit. And she rejects the offer to become just a celestial god. And in one way or another, I guess she's going to join up with everybody else at some point, as we get this 2-page spread of everyone together looking pretty cool. So, yeah. But
this was really dope.
yeah.
But it warmed my heart to see the panel for the Teen Titans, and it's legit like the cartoon team. Finally, that's literally all anybody wanted. All anybody wanted. Why did it take them this long?
I don't know.
Nobody gives a fuck about the 80s Titans. Do you? No.
Where do you see that team? I don't see them.
I'm saying, no, they're not there. Wait, you talking about the cartoon team?
Yeah. You said
Under the Spectre. Oh, above Swamp Thing.
Oh, yeah.
Look,
well,
yeah, Raven,
the cartoon
Starfire,
the cartoon team is the 80s team for the most part.
They have all these extra people that I don't give a fuck about.
They were the Teen Titans West.
Man,
the 80s team, the cartoon was based on the 80s team. What are you talking about?
And not 1-to-1 though. Man, come on, man. You know they had a lot of extra people.
I think they only had Wonder Girl extra.
All on the same team. Yeah, Wonder Girl.
That's it.
Kid Flash was on the team. Arsenal.
No, not the 80s team.
Okay. Well, I'm going to stop hating.
Get it together.
I'm just happy to see
Get it together. Because it's not over yet. We have an epilogue drawn by John Romita Jr. God damn it. Basically, we open on like Earth Omega, and these old geezers are just staring at it. It's just like, haha. You know, Wonder Woman said that our new multiverse is full of goodness, but there will always be a horror brewing just out of reach. We should have told her already that we trapped the threat she was worried about. If she had just joined us, Wonder Woman would have seen there's nothing we cannot control or defeat. Earth Omega, as the Flash called it, will be its prison. And a place of endings, a place where even gods die. And everybody's like, what? And then all of a sudden these like black tendrils just come in and just in the back of their heads like stabs each one of these gods of the DC universe. And yeah, there's a monologue.
Body bag.
Yeah, I guess I should give him one of these. Where is it? New soundboard. I'm trying to get used to it. They all die. And this guy is talking mad shit. He's like, Wonder Woman and her ilk believe this to be a glorious new beginning, a new chapter, but it only brings them closer to the finale. It is time for the lower beings of creation to remember who they are. In their darkest hours, in their deepest moments of despair, this new multiverse is now infinite, but I am finite. I am final. Dark side is the end.
Yeah, whatever, buddy.
All right, dude.
Punches you in the fucking face again. So we'll see.
You're not. I mean, you know, as we learned from Death Battle, Darkseid is pretty formidable.
I mean, you know, you could beat Thanos. Yeah. Even with the fucking gauntlet, son. That was kind of wild.
Yeah.
And yeah, big boss man status.
Yeah, for real. But
you know
that was Infinite Frontier. Very big.
Brian, any thoughts?
Very excitement. I don't know. I feel like DC has been like suffering from an identity crisis for so fucking long. And I hope they kind of stick to their guns on this and just like fucking worry about creating comics. I feel like they've just been trying to focus on getting new people for so long that they never really established a universe. And now we're just kind of back where we started, where everything's back in continuity and everything matters. Might as well just stick with it this time, I hope.
Yeah, and I hope they just don't let this guy draw any major event content.
Yeah, John Romita Jr. Yeah, please.
Sorry, boss. I mean, it's not
I don't
all the way bad. This was the guy that was drawing action comics, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It was kind of not the greatest.
Yeah.
But way better than me still, so you got it.
I guess.
You know?
I guess so. Oh yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'm kind of excited to have some DC books back again, and looking forward to it. You ready to move on, Josh?
Oh yeah.
It's time to randomize.
The champ is here.
World Trigger.
Oh boy! All right.
This is World Trigger Chapter 206, the Away Mission Part 4, the Away Mission Test Part 4. Sorry about that. The draft is over, and now the specifics of the exam have been laid out. There's 2 phases. We have the one where it's kind of just a living with each other phase, where the border agents have to live in a simulated space that is similar to the away mission ship for an amount of time, and there is a battle phase right after that. So yeah, basically we pick up from where that left off, and essentially Shinoda says like, yo, okay, so before you guys go, you should know that contact between members of the same provisional squad before the test begins is strictly forbidden. We're not going to monitor you guys on that, but we're going on the honor system here. So do not meet up and do not talk strategy, or don't do nothing. Don't reach out to each other. So, we're holding you to it. We're trusting you. We're not going to fucking watch over you like hawks, but please adhere to the rules. So get out now. And it's revealed that right after that happens, I think this guy's Nezumi. He pulls up on the screen and is like, each A-rank squad, please go to their indicated conference room. All the A-rank squads split up, and it's revealed that they are going to be basically handing in predictions for how each squad is going to do on both phases of the exam. The purpose of this...
Peep game.
Yeah.
Peep game. I like... Oh, all right. I like how they went into the situation. Because I bet we just about to watch them, share our thoughts. So light. And it turned into a whole fucking test for them.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Turns
Imagine
out.
pulling up somewhere and they're saying, by the way, pop quiz.
Yeah. Yeah, guess what? The B-rank squads aren't the only ones getting tested. So
are you. We want to see if you've been paying attention.
Yeah, really. That's basically the whole thing. Is like, we want to know if you've been
watching the rank wars.
Yeah, are you keyed into what's happening in your own army? Basically, are you aware of everybody's strengths and weaknesses for the most part? Which is an important thing to know if you're especially if you're like an A rank. If you're an A rank, this is basically your job. The B rank agents are kind of on a part-time basis, it seems, whereas A ranks they get paid. So. And what follows is basically a lot of analysis. And man, it's a lot of words, it's a lot of dialogue, but I personally love it. It's breaking down each squad in terms of how they'll do. Long and short of it is, because if we'll do this, we'll be here forever. OG squad is basically like, the only problem I can see there is that Suji gets nervous about ladies, and there's 2 girls on this team. So maybe he just gets nervous and weird. And Utagawa squad seems all right. They'll be okay. But Urashima seems to be the wild card in this situation. We know nothing about Urashima because he just pulled up during the draft. So, but he doesn't seem to be like an outstanding figure, so to speak. He seems to be kind of greedy and in it for himself. But at the same time, for whatever reason, Arashiyama mentions that he might actually be cool because for whatever reason he seems to be good in team situations. I don't know.
You're talking about the guy with the long black hair, right?
Yeah, the long black hair kid.
I was like, what's in it for us?
Mm-hmm.
What's the incentive?
Mm-hmm, basically.
Boss. I like that guy.
Yeah. I like him too.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I mean, just because he's outward and expressive doesn't mean he can't work well on the team. It just means that they're going to have a little bit of a thicker show,
Yeah.
I guess.
But they also think that Utagawa was born to be a captain. Kotaro's on their team, and he's like a good kid. He's one of the younger squad members, but he's like good. He's a very disciplined child. And I forget her name from the Tamakoma 2. I feel so shitty. I'm a big fan.
Chico?
No. It's Tamakoma 1. Sorry.
Hair.
Yeah, blonde hair.
Yeah.
Kyrie.
Gina?
Kyrie, I think her name is.
Coco?
No, not Coco. I think it's Kyrie. Comment below if I get these right, or correct me if I'm wrong. but I'm pretty sure. I think at least her first name.
I definitely know who she is.
I know who she is too.
She's the girl with the axe.
Yeah, but yeah, she basically puts in a vote of confidence for Yuma. However, she also says that Hughes is the complete kind of opposite, because where Yuma is kind of outgoing and friendly, Hughes will never ask help when he needs it, and he'll just stand there to be rescued like a spoiled little boy.
Yeah.
This shit made me laugh because she flashes back to this time that we haven't seen before, where Hughes is just like standing, arms crossed, after burning something in the microwave.
Like, somebody's gotta
It just made me
fix
laugh.
this. Like, this is an issue for all of us to figure out.
Yeah. The Kyosuke kid, he's like, wait, what about his horns? You know, I mean, without a try-on body, he'll just have the horns on him. And they basically have to say, well, we have to clear with the superiors that he'll have a try-on body while doing it. Which I think...
By the way, Chris, we were both right. It's Kirie Konami. That's her name.
Konami.
Yeah.
Konami.
You said her first name, I said her last name. Oh no, I said Kojima, not Konami.
Oh, well, then only I was right.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically they say that, you know, they'll give her a try-on body, you know, so he can hide his horns. I think they'll find out that it's a try-on body. So that will lead to some weird moments. That's my theory. They now talk about Kitazo's squad, which has Kikuchihara, and their problem is that like Kikuchihara is stuck on the team with a hyperactive kid, and he might get annoyed because he has the super hearing side effect. So he's not gonna.
Oh my god.
He's not gonna enjoy being annoyed by this fucking rando.
I forgot that he was even B rank. That's crazy.
Kikuchihara is A rank.
Oh, so they have A rank agents on the team?
Yeah, there are a couple A ranks.
I missed that?
There are a couple A rank characters sprinkled with that. Kitora's in it. Utagawa is an A rank squad member.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, yeah, basically that's the only problem they see in that squad. On Kakizaki squads, their problem is that like Kageura is on that squad, and he does not like fake people. And guess who's on this team? Fake Inukai.
It's one of the guys I definitely remember name-wise too.
Yeah.
You know, one of those.
Yeah.
He's disingenuous, I guess, but...
Well, it's mostly because Kageura's side effect is, like, he can kind of sense people's, I guess, malice towards him to a degree. So, or, you know, a general emotional state, he feels it within himself. So whenever he sees something, like, kind of fake or any kind of malice directed toward him, it feels kind of, like, prickly. It's like a shitty feeling to him on a physical level. And apparently Inukai might trigger that within him. So it's not fun time. And I guess they have concerns about Taichi, but I don't know. I don't see. Oh, I think he's just clumsy. I think that's his deal, because I remember him dropping some shit earlier.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, he might not be cool. But you know what? Kakizaki himself, he's a cool guy. He's a good captain. And their operators, you know, kind of like a stern, big sis character. So, you know, they have something to go on there. And they start to think like, okay, let's change our approach. Who will do pretty good? Who do we think will like crush it? Mizukami squad seems to be one of the favorites because they're just full of high IQ folks. Apparently Mizukami himself is incredibly smart. He has Arafune, who's smart. The girl is very smart. I forget who's the kid in the middle, because when they do these little chibi faces, they all look the same.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to distinguish.
You know, they say the same thing about Kodera squad, because apparently Kodera is also very intelligent, and Kitora herself is very smart, and the other two are just like good at picking up the slack. They're not smart per se, but they're disciplined enough to follow orders and not cause any problems.
They're not dummies.
Yeah,
I think one of them it wrote like it was smart, but like in a different way, like a different kind of smart. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it just makes them even more well-rounded IQ wise.
Mm-hmm.
Super clutch.
Yeah, Murakami's squad is everybody thinks is stable personality wise. Everybody is he just happens to have all the really cooperative folks, just people who are very good in collaboration with each other, which is an interesting thing that hasn't been brought up yet. This is like, how do people like working together? And Murakami seems to have people who just like to work together, which is good. Ninomiya's squad, they're like, I don't know how he'll do in the first exam because he's the oldest in the group and he seems to be kind of just like a sourpuss in general. So, you know, I don't know how he'll react to having some of the youngest people like Chika and Emma on his squad. Apparently Azuma is very passive, which makes sense because like whenever he's on his squad, he very much defers to his team, to like a lot of stuff. He's very much a mentor role and doesn't seem to take to leadership that much, which is interesting. I wonder if something happened that caused that and subsequently caused him to be in B rank and all that stuff.
Yeah, you brought that up before too, and I think there's a little story there. Honestly, I can say that for a lot of these characters. I can tell, like, there's so much. That's one of the best things about the series, that there's a lot of, like, you know, it doesn't have to be huge, but there's at least a tiny amount of potential with every character for there to be some type of, you know, short arc fleshed out for them.
For sure.
You know what I just thought of, and I know it's stupid, but I think that A rank means away rank and B rank means base rank.
I mean, I don't think it's stupid. It doesn't. I don't think that's what it is. But
hashtag new theory.
I mean, I don't think that's what it means, but that's basically how it is. Like everybody.
But if that is the case, Brian said it first.
Damn. Yeah. Imagine that.
So Azuma probably just
it on the gram post.
Azuma just probably didn't want to go on an away mission, so he deranked from away team, from an away rank to base rank, so he could just stay at home.
The moment they saw a neighbor and set their border up, they was like, "Yeah, some of us is going out there, and we're gonna get ours too."
Yeah.
What you talking about?
What does C rank stand for then?
Cunts.
Cuck rank. Cuck rank.
Casual.
Casual. Filthy casual. The filthy casual rank.
The filthy casual rank.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even try hard. You don't even practice.
Yeah. Kurama's squad 5 is interesting because they mentioned that like Kurama and Yuba are gonna kind of be like first mate and captain. Like Kurama's dynamic is gonna look a lot like Kurama's gonna be very nice, and if anybody gets out of hand, like Yuba's gonna straighten him out, and he'll just be the good cop to his bad cop, which is cool. I don't mind that. It'll be interesting to see like how Kurama works because he's a captain that's shown up in 2 rank wars. We don't know anything about him, so it's pretty interesting to say the least. Then they start to break down people in terms of like their mobility in combat, because they say that like, yeah, he may do well in the first one, but he's not as fast as the other people on this team, so it might be weird for him in combat. And it's the same thing for Kitazoe's squad. So that's something interesting to bring up.
Yeah, I mean, they can only go off of so much information. I mean, even from what they actually seen, there's still like so much more to know and find out. You can't make any definitive decisions, but you know, they tried their best, and that and you know, I forgot the girl's name, but I think it was one of the characters bringing up the fact that, oh, you know, some of these teams you could tell were composed of like people thinking about speed in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Now whether that really was the point or not, you can see that at least two, like 1 or 2 teams definitely like put emphasis on that because it makes them more flexible in combat.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I'll be honest, personally, I think it's so much more important to think about the combat phase than the sealed thing. Because at the end of the day, they're all teammates, and they may have some type of drama, but they're all Earthers. I don't know. I feel like it's hard to kind of like carry that much of a grudge to not get the mission accomplished.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think it's just, you know, a lot of people are going to be stuck together for a long time in a confined space.
Yeah.
And
it's totally valid. Don't get me wrong. I guess I'm saying like it's not wrong for one of them to try to narrow down that information and then make like make out a call to call something out. Like, hey, I think that they're gonna do well because this person was organized from the beginning, like with the plan. Like when you look at Kitazo's squad in particular, right? They were saying it looks unbalanced, like it wasn't put together with as much thought. Based off the assumption, like because they couldn't really tell anything that matches up specifically.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. We could go back and forth about this for a long time. I'd really like to break this down. Separately one day.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, I mean, and I think Kazama says that Utagawa squad should be strong in battle. Kitazo's like, he has Kikuchihara, so they'll give him away an advantage in a drawn-out battle because he could just fucking hear. Kikuchihara is no joke. I mean, I remember he was like very instrumental in the battle against the neighbors because of his ability to hear shit. Oh, it was against like Inadora too. So
yes,
it was
took him out.
Yeah, he's got a lot of utility. The fight is apparently like this. The fight could last about 36 hours. So I think maybe it's gonna be a battle royale.
Yeah.
Maybe it's gonna be a tournament.
Yo, who knows? I think it's gonna be a straight up battle royale.
Yeah,
I think
how fire would that be, dude? I cannot wait.
That's what their situations already are. It already is like just a mini one, but they might as well make a huge scale one because you never know who you're gonna run into, and you have to think about that.
Yeah, exactly. You're right about that.
And what better? You know what I'm saying? If you could prepare to eventually run into numerous, high combat capable teams, then you're ready. I think that's brilliant. I hope that is the case. But I wouldn't mind a good old tournament either.
Yeah.
But I think the clues shout to a huge battle royale.
I agree.
It just doesn't get better than that. People getting split up, you know what I'm saying, by accident or something.
Yeah.
The World Trigger was number 2, by the way.
Yeah, so, very close.
Throw that in there.
The team with the most question marks is apparently Wakamura squad because they have Hughes and he's such like a weird entity to a lot of people. Like not a lot of people know him yet because he's new. He's a neighbor, so not a lot of folks know his deal. Rokudera is not his leadership's in question, as we've seen from the fact that he was shook during the draft. So there's that. Suwa's squad, finally, last but not least, is basically like they don't have any heavy hitters, but you know what? I think they'll be okay. They don't have bad people on their team. They have the sniper from OG squad. They have Kitora and they have Osamu, who appeared
on that squad with them, right?
Yeah, who appeared on TV. That's the note beside Osamu's head. Is appeared on TV.
That is mad funny.
Yeah,
because they don't have that much else. I guess Wire guy.
Yeah. Well, they call them the Wire Buddies, so they're like
Wire Buddies. Oh yeah, you're right. They did.
Yeah, there's 2 Wire folks on this team. So yeah, basically everybody continues to talk, and then we cut over to Nezumi and the higher ups at Border just getting the results of what the A-rank squad's put together. Ninomiya squad is far away the fan favorite for everybody there. Utagawa squad is in
the combat phase, right?
Yeah, and Utagawa is largely second favorite. Beyond that, the opinion is just scattered as to who will do good and who won't. Specifically for the phases, the sealed environment, people think Kodera is going to do good. Murakami, Mizukami,
and respective squads.
Yeah, and Kurama. Wakamura squad is low. He came in last. Nobody believes in Wakamura.
Damn.
Yeah. But the business guy, I know this dude. I just don't remember his name. I think he's the business guy or something.
Oh, they flame him, but yeah.
Yeah, he basically is like, I don't know, guys. I think Suwa's squad is gonna do great, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!"
Immediately,
because you have we get it. You like Osamu, and
you're an intense big fan of his. You have an occult following. I get it.
And he brings up something that's actually quite interesting. He's like, "No, not really. The reason that SWAT 7 is probably my favorite is because it's the only one where all 3 agents are captains as well." So,
Ooh.
yeah, it's really smart. I didn't even think of that.
I mean, he even references how like they understand what it means to give orders. So I guess naturally that means you have to know how to listen. You know how important it is to listen, so you will listen.
Well, it's not even that, like, he really has, like, it's Suwa himself who's the captain, then Osamu and Kitora. Oji, or Oki from the other squad, Ikoma squad, he's not a captain, he's a sniper. But there's 3 people who are captains, and they're not even, like, controlling captains either. Osamu is very kind of, you know, laid back, like more of a submissive captain or an open captain. Katori doesn't really lead her team all that much. And Suwa's a good leader, like the de facto leader of his team.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think of when they first started putting together the draft, and I wonder if that was an intentional choice by Suwa to be like, I'm gonna get an all captain squad. That's smart.
That is pretty lit.
Yeah.
Get it, then round that off with a sniper like Oki, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad combo.
Yeah. And the chapter ends where, you know, everybody's getting ready. And the last page shows that it is Monday, March 17th, the away mission test phase 1 sealed environment phase. Man, it is so sad that this is just a monthly series now. Because
yeah, it breaks my heart every time.
This story is like a high analytics type of thing, where they really go into granular detail about shit. It's hard to do on a monthly basis. It's way better of a week-to-week thing, because then it's so much of a slower burn and month-to-month. I mean, you know, I know there's nothing that could be done about that, but I'm just lamenting. I'm just getting it off my chest.
I'm right here with you, man.
But, man, such a great chapter. I mean, I love it every month. I think World Trigger is like easily one of the most underrated series of all time. If you're watching this and just haven't picked it up at all, do it. Huge fan. I can't wait to see what comes of this. I think there's going to be a lot of shit revealed. I think we might get Azuma's backstory. I genuinely think that's what we're going with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have much to say other than it's fucking amazing. Huge here for it. You ready to move on? Do you want to have any closing thoughts?
I'm ready to move on.
Brian, do you have anything to say?
No, man, I'm pretty excited for what's going to come next.
Hell yeah. All right. It is time to randomize. Hellions. We only have one X-Book, which is incredibly rare. So
I will take it.
Yeah, I will take it too this week. This is Hellions number 10. Last we left off, the Hellions were dispatched on a mission to rescue a kidnapped Mr. Sinister, who was kidnapped by Arcade, specifically also Mastermind, who did all the dirty work, basically. And we open up to him just basically questioning Mr. Sinister, and he has to confirm every statement he makes so as to confirm that Mr. Sinister, that Mastermind isn't fucking with his head at any point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Because his illusions are so good, he just makes you feel lost. So, you know, he starts explaining what's going on. Basically, well, first of all, Mr. Sinister is like, "Can he leave?" He's like, "No." Mastermind is like, he's providing a psychic gloss to this low-tech murder world, where he's basically creating a nightmare scenario for all of the Hellions at the moment. They're just kind of stuck in their worst nightmares. And he also explains, like, yeah, I betrayed you. You know, but this isn't the first time this happened. Apparently, I think he kidnapped Mastermind's daughter, and that's why he's doing it.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, he's kidnapped the daughter to get leverage on the father to betray you.
Basically.
And I was like, wow, yeah. That sounds really, really effective.
Yeah, and basically what Arcade wants is a clones of his own, which is basically Mr. Sinister's bag. He's the clone guy. We then get a couple of scenes inside the hellscapes of all these Hellions, where it kind of starts off, everybody's doing pretty good. They're in their happiest place possible. Kwanon's with her daughter. John Grey Crow just saved a bunch of soldiers while he was in the military. And Manuel de la Roca is eating candy and shit and surrounded by the people he's hurt. So he's thrilled about that, I guess. Wild Child is the alpha in a zone where both Sabretooth and Wolverine exist, and he's their alpha. So,
yo, oh my god, this is probably one of the funnier ones.
Yeah. Nanny is in just like a room full of children, just taking care of all these kids. Meanwhile, Peter's like, "What about me?" And he's like, "Fuck off." So, there's that. Havoc
Bro.
is. Oh, sorry.
Wait, hold on. I gotta go back on this one, bro. Wild Child, this nigga, yo, so Wolverine and Sabretooth in the middle of a, blood-soaked rivalry fight. Probably its own event in the Wolverine book, right? All of that. So then out of nowhere, Wolverine is like, "Oh hell no, it's Wild Child, the big dog."
The big dog. He said, "Run."
And he ran away, and he just stood there looking over them. That was
pretty cool.
Hellions is a great book.
I do. Yeah, Hellions is awesome. We cut over to Havoc, who's just like in this weird airlift, and hanging out with Madeline Pryor. He finally has her. It's pretty cool. He's very happy. So, yeah, basically the plan is like, yeah, I mean, I'll give him back I'll free you all if you basically give me my clone form. And Mr. Sinister pretty much agrees. But yeah, Arcade tortures him anyway. He's just like, "Cool, but I'm still gonna pull all your teeth out because you need to know that I'm fucking serious about this." So not great. And at the same time, all of these hellscape starts to break down into their worst nightmare. Kwannon is attacked by a scary version of herself. Is this that cyborg virus thing that she was fighting in Fallen Angels? Is that what this is supposed to be? I forget the name of that thing, but yeah, I was wondering.
I forgot about Fallen Angels already, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember Apoth.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was Apoth that she was like fighting, like an apothecized version of herself. But yeah, Grey Crow remembers like his platoon, and his hellscape is that he killed his friends alongside his enemies. He's just like he's torturing them. Fucking Manuel's dreamscape just turns into like everybody he's hurt now has weapons and is about to torture him. Wild Child gets cucked out by Madeline Pryor, and that's his worst nightmare. Yeah. And Arcade basically explains that like I've killed so many like this and screaming of the apex of the terror, and then I saved them, so they eventually I become their savior in a way. So now you see why I couldn't just let you accept my offer. I had to make you desperate enough. So, are you really gonna help? And he's like, yes. Cool. And that's where the issue ends. This is obviously not going to be over. I guess the Hellions are going to have to escape their nightmare worlds in order to get them out of this. But I'm not. I don't hate it. Hellions has been like just the shocker X book for me that it's been like, whoa, this is actually really good.
Yeah, what does the next one read? Escape.
Is that what it says?
Escape.
Escape? Yeah. Wait, let me see.
Escape.
I
don't know what the last one is.
No, I don't know. I have no idea. Or die?
Yes. Yeah. Or die. Yes. The last one is die. I'm like, Ordy?
Ordy?
Save or die.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a really good issue. It was a lot better reading it and laughing at the jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
In between. And, the art's really well done. That's what makes Hellions a fun read every time. It doesn't have to be the best.
Yeah, it's
just
entertaining.
Always entertaining. Yeah. Worth it.
Yeah.
Worth the time.
All right. I'm ready to move on. Are you, Josh?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Bad bitch from Tokyo.
Undead Unluck. This is Undead Unluck, chapter 53. Have any black tea? Last we left off, Autumn was defeated. Anawan has dissipated. And Rip is now back to his regular age. Fuko notices that Autumn is disappearing and is like, yeah, because we won. We took out its core. So, pretty cool. Rip gets Latla to collect the artifacts, the Soul Calibur artifact that Unno left behind. And Fuko basically thanks him. Is like, yo, without you, we couldn't have done this. So, thanks a lot. And we should work together. And Rip's like, we can't work together. I want Arc. And if I help you, that means I have to join the Union. And that's not going to work out. So, because I'll never get Arc. And Juice is not going to give me Arc because she's keeping it to herself. So, I have no choice but to steal it from under her. And she's like, all right, this person must be very important to you. And he says, yes, they're my everything. The bunny kid gives back what they stole from them, basically the gun and Autumn. They're in these little balls that he scribbles on with markers so they know which is which. So yeah, after that they're basically Latla gives Fuko the G pen artifact that Ano used as, I guess a keepsake. And Rip asks, who was he? Who was Ano? And he basically tells him, hey, he's a negator, unknown, I guess, self-targeting, compulsory type. And they fly off, and he says, I hope we meet again, which is nice. It's kind of hopeful. And that's when they just both kind of collapse under the weight of their own exhaustion. So, yeah, it all worked out. Happy ending. Or is it? Because they get into contact with Juiz, who's, I guess in Taiwan, some other country. Basically explain how the mission went. And it's like, cool, we got the Autumn. So at least we know how he got all that information. And it turns out, on one of their quests, they captured the UMA called Information. And the reward for capturing information was to bestow the information of the past and future to one currently existing artifact once and only once. And it happened to be the G-Pen that Ano picked up. God didn't like that shit, so he turned Ano into the negator known as Unknown, just to fuck with them.
Yo, that's OD.
Yeah, it's real mean. Dick move. And Undead's like, yeah, that sounds like God. That sounds like a dick move God would do. So, yeah, basically they're like, so what's the plan for us? And Jui says, head off to Taiwan because that's where they'll find Summer. So, I believe we can overcome them if we concentrate our forces. So that's their new mission. They're going to take down Summer next. Meanwhile, Juiz leaves Shen behind to, I guess, wait for them in Taiwan. And she goes off to this weird snowy mountain where Billy is chilling with this weird negator with a speaker for a head. Speaker head over here. I don't know what it is. But yeah, he's just like looking at the information they received is like, wow, they really gave away Autumn. But you know what? They provided us with info, so NBD, Undead Unluck, Undead and Unluck have evolved, especially Unluck. She possesses a power that, and he is interrupted by Juiz, can reach God, right? And ends in a 2-page spread where Juiz asks if Billy has any black tea, and Billy says, no, sorry, I'm a coffee guy. I just noticed heat is right there, too. So, I guess... Heat? Yeah, remember the UMA Heat? Right, that was his name, right? Heat.
Yeah, he's
the big...
He's not a human, he's a human.
Yeah, he's just down there. If you see the little head. And that's how they're keeping warm, I guess.
Oh, shit. Wow. I did not peep that.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's where the chapter ends. Wow, this is interesting. I wonder, I guess, like, they're going to get a flashback to explain their whole thing. I wonder what Summer's going to bring. They don't have a no anymore, so I guess they have to evolve in a different way. But I really like this chapter. I thought it was like a really cool closing to the arc.
Yeah, nice little transition.
Yeah, I didn't hate it at all.
I like how she pulled up on him.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong coming out the teleporter with the sword in your hand. Like, come on, what else does that mean? It's time to fight.
Yeah,
you can't do that and then not cut somebody up.
Yeah,
try to or die trying.
For real. But I like it. Overall, a really good chapter. I pretty much enjoyed. But that's all I gotta say about Undead Unluck. Any last thoughts before I move on? Let's go. Rocket to punch. Batman.
Also featuring Robin.
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williamson. This is Batman number 106. It's been a while since we've seen Batman. It's officially back from the New Frontier, from the Future State stuff. So, it's been good. Last we left off, Batman gained a new shonen rival, which I was excited about. So, nothing bad to say there. We open with this in this emergency room where this guy is being clockwork oranged, with his eyes being kept open as he's staring at a bunch of TVs. It looks like Batman. I guess like this is Bruce Wayne, just like having his shit like forced open. And it turns out Scarecrow seems to have captured him and is like, we start with the most important question. Why do we fear? And then we cut back to old Gotham, whatever that means, as Batman is chasing down this new villain group known as I know they have a name. It's a weird name.
Un something.
Yeah, un something.
Unnerve. Damn, well, it'll pull up.
Yeah. Anyway, he's chasing them. And...
Unsanity.
Yeah, there you go. Insanity. I knew it was something dumb and edgelordy, but yeah, it's Unsanity. As they're doing this big car chase, that's when fucking Ghostmaker comes in and is like, ha, I'm the Sasuke of Batman now. I do all cool shit. But the chase continues, and they eventually take down these guys. While Batman pulls up and takes their walkie-talkie and talks to their boss, and is like, this is Batman. Your friends are going to prison. I'm not going to let you get away with terrorizing the city any longer. And this lady who's their leader says, are you sure this is your city anymore? So, future villain coming down the pike. Very excited. Harley Quinn just gets there too late because she's new to the whole running around shit. So, yeah, basically, that's how it goes. We then come over to Saint Industries, which we saw earlier in Infinite Frontier. This guy is apparently this like Silicon Valley tech dude who has decided to come to Gotham to bring a new initiative, crime-fighting initiative, to cities across. And he's testing it out on Gotham first because Gotham sucks. And what better way to test your big old crime-fighting initiative than trying to clean up the place that even Batman couldn't.
They're literally like super cops. Like,
yeah.
Super feds.
Exactly. The team, the
super federal agent.
the super federal agents. The plan is ostensibly to militarize the police to a high degree, where they basically look like Deathstroke at this point.
At least one of them. They're like, yeah, you guys do your regular shit, and we'll bring in the big gun to fuck with the costume villains that do the most.
Yeah. And
I don't think they understand what they're dealing with, but we'll see.
Yeah, Mayor Eyepatch is like, I'll think about it. And I guess he leaves. Meanwhile, Scarecrow is just sitting on a rooftop looking all scary. When did he get so hardcore?
That's scary, yeah.
He got real hardcore.
When James Tynion said, I'm going to revive all these other bad guys.
When James Tynion...
Not the Joker.
James Tynion said...
They're going to make me do this Joker war first.
Yeah. James Tynion is like, I'm gonna make Batman cool again. I'm gonna make everybody weird and scary looking. Not mad at it. We cut over to Fort Gray, where this old man is just complaining about his neighbors, and this is basically the townhouse where Batman lives now. The one townhouse that was afforded to him by Lucius Fox, who basically owns the company now. Basically, it's him and Ghostmaker rooming and just, sparring all day, thinking about cases and shit. Like, super investigative bros. But, yeah, they're just talking over this new threat that they've heard about while also sparring, because everything's a competition with them. Meanwhile, back at Mayor Eyepatch's house, he's just chilling. He's like, I don't think I'm going to go for this magistrate initiative thing that Saint's pushing. I don't think that's a good idea, which is a surprisingly good thing to come out of a comic book politician's mouth. Usually these guys are always like, yes, get these super people out of my city. Do what you gotta do.
Nah, man, we got Batman, bro. We good.
It feels like a lot. I don't like it. So pretty cool. He sits down, pours himself a little scotch and is watching the news, and he's like, oh, God. What now? And he's watching Batman's latest escapades. And the issue ends with a scarecrow, not the scarecrow, but just like a scarecrow hung up in his living room. Was that there?
Might be him there hanging.
Yeah. I mean, it's just chilling in his bedroom. Like, he's looking all scary. And that's where the issue ends.
Oh no, it is behind him. You could tell.
Yeah.
Like on the bottom panel on the page behind.
Yeah. It's like right by. It's like right behind the TV. Oh, right behind the couch. Sorry. Man, he's got a bar right next to his sofa. I just realized. Damn.
That's lit.
That's so cool.
And his bed right behind. Like, you don't even gotta go far to pass out.
Yeah, this is just a mansion with a bed on the ground floor. He's like, I'm about to get fucked up. I don't need to go upstairs right now. I'm going to crash on my living room bed. Yeah, I mean, very fun. The artwork for this issue is awesome. George Jimenez, super cool. I'm glad Batman's back. I've missed this. James Tynion's run on Batman has been pretty good. It's been a good successor to Scott Snyder and Tom King and, all those dudes. It's cool that they've been able to keep Batman consistent for so long. But yeah, that's all I gotta say for now. I'm excited to see Scarecrow. I haven't seen Scarecrow as a main villain in a long time, so it'll be fun to see how that plays out. You guys ready for the grand finale? Josh? Oh.
Yes, I am.
It is time to randomize.
He said, is this ice? Dickhead, is it cold?
One Piece.
RGC.
This is Brian's RGC One Piece. Let me find it. There you are.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Juandies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Juandies.
Like, close third favorite for me. It was very close between World Trigger and One Piece. Sorry. I don't know why I had a brain fart there, but Yeah, those were the two close ones. We open up in the grand banquet hall, the third floor, as Sanji is just stuck in a really bad. He's down bad. He is. Black Maria is just like, I have trapped so many people. I have so many webs everywhere that once you call Robin, she's just gonna get stuck immediately. So, just call her over here. Are you ready, Kaiman lady? Are you ready to broadcast his voice across the island? So, yeah, this is wild. She puts on brass knuckles. She is not fucking around.
Yeah, right. I don't think I've ever seen that in One Piece. That was Oda letting you know that she means business.
Yeah.
This is a dramatic moment.
She does not fucking play games. She grips.
I think all the extra shit that happens is so much worse than brass knuckles, but it just connects to you.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you're getting hit with them.
Well, it's not even.
I'm Sanji.
It's not even just that, because she hits him so hard that the webs bend backward. You see how straight they are in this other panel? How hard she has to hit him to like have them reverb like that? Like, he bounces off her fist. And she keeps like wailing on him. He's like, call for help! Call for help!
Like it's ping pong or something.
For real, like a tether ball.
Like a paddle ball.
Yeah. And the women in there, the women are like, chill, he's had enough. He's had enough. And all the dudes are like, he's probably gonna say something like, eat crap. It's so funny how much they like think he's a badass. He's like, he's probably not even gonna he's not gonna give up now. He's not gonna say shit. And then the very next panel is Sanji real big going like, help me, Robin! And the next few pages are Sanji is basically over loudspeakers across the island, Sanji begging for help. Which turns out to be smarter than you think, because as he's like begging for his help and basically losing respect of the people across the island.
Over everyone. Because that Straw Hat? Is that...
Yeah, that's
one of them?
He's begging for help. That's pathetic. And Jinbei knows what's going on, because he's like, his voice is carrying across the fucking whole island. I think even Marco has an idea what they're doing, because at that moment we cut to Usopp and he's like, wait a minute, I can hear the voice coming from that thing. And I feel like this was a gambit specifically so people can find these little...
could recognize where that's even coming from, because he heard them talking about too.
Mm-hmm. So
that was really clutch.
Yeah, it's basically it serves two purposes. One, Sanji genuinely needs help. This is his one Achilles heel that he will never do, is hurt a woman. So he actually kind of genuinely needs Robin to step up. And they hear someone coming their way and they're like, haha, so it works. Pretty cool. And this is like so weird and funny, very Sanji. Is like, she's like, you're gonna join my other little pets, and Sanji looks behind him as these like goons are just like, we only love Miss Black Maria, nothing else. And Sanji's like, fuck that, I love polyamory.
I know all women. I don't, not just you.
You can get some too. You can get some.
I like how she catches an attitude about that.
Yeah, she's like, don't you dare cheat on me like that. You need more discipline. And she comes in cocked fist, just like, wah! And Sanji apparently put down he could have gone color of armament this entire time, but he doesn't want to even hurt her fists. So he's not been using it this entire time. And like right when she's about to come down on him, the Gigantesco Mano comes through, slaps the living shit out of Black Maria. And guess who? It is Robin.
That bitch from Tokyo.
He told her, like, bro, don't underestimate her. You calling a savage to pull up.
Yeah. And Sanji is just crying tears of joy, just like, Robin! And Robin's like, I spend a lot of time in evil organization, and when someone does something horrible to my friends, the demon part of me starts to emerge, which is cool, because Robin's nickname is the Demon Child. Her Navy nickname, like her bounty nickname, is Demon Child, which is a cool way to use her name. And at that moment, it shows she's not alone because fucking Brooke pulls up, cuts him out of his webs. Hell yeah, Brooke is so fucking clutch.
Hell yeah.
So he frees Sanji, and he also seems to have frozen a pathway for Sanji to like glide upon. So yeah, Sanji's like, "Thank you. I gotta go and save Kinemon's group." So
Can't Sanji just blue walk over that?
I mean, it doesn't matter
Over the
because Brooke basically made a path, so he can just walk on. He doesn't need to use blue walk or air walk. I think he calls it skywalk actually.
Oh, there you go.
Blue walk is when he does it underwater.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, as he's going off to save the samurai, Robin says, "Sanji, thanks for relying on me for help. I really appreciate that." And he just slides across the ice path that Brooke made for him, and just crashes. Very Sanji. Inside the sealed storeroom, inside the dome, Yamato found the little speaker devices that these guys are using. They're apparently like animatronic animals that people are using, like little speakers that move around somehow. And yeah, pretty cool. Sanji's gambit even worked better than he thought because Yamato was like, "Oh, I see you, bitch." So it's cutting off communication from the rest of the island from these guys, which is pretty cool. But it turns out the jig is up. Kaido's men have found them, and they're bursting down the door. They're using a battering ram, and Yamato's like, "Well, we gotta go. Get into my clothes, Momonosuke." And her and Shinobu burst through the doors, and they run off. Meanwhile, on the third floor, fucking Jack is still up after...
Yeah.
After
Guys with his ass beat.
This is like the third time that Jack's got his ass handed to him. Like, he's not impressive so far, but, you know, he's like...
I mean, he had his moments that was off camera, you know?
I guess.
Well, no, they said he used shiesty methods to get to him. He used poison and shit, right?
Well, he bombed the Zo. He, like, poison bombed the Zo folks. And that's how he won that battle.
Does that mean that Sanji's going to fight Jack?
That's what it looks like.
He said he was going to go help Kinemon's group, so...
Yeah, that's what it looks like, because Jack's on his way to kill the samurai. He basically takes up the goal because Black Maria is otherwise occupied. So Jack picks up the slack. Sanji's on his way there, so they're probably going to fight it out. And yeah, Black Maria is now freed up to take on Robin and Brooke. Team up.
Freed up. We'll say that.
Oh yeah, she's shirtless now. I'm like, how are you gonna show this, Oda? And she's got this weird staff with a face on it. Looks really cool.
On fire.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, listen to me, Nico Robin. At the end of this, you're going to belong to Master Kaido."
Heart.
And Robin's like, "No thanks. I'd rather be dead." And Brooke's like, "Oh hell yeah, giant titties."
Whoa, it's about to be such a lit fight. That's what he's thinking. We'll win or lose.
Oh yeah.
I'm so happy I tagged along with Robin.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure. Wow. And you know what? This is a cool little team up because Brooke and Robin haven't had many scenes together or like had many moments together in general. So this will be a lot of fun. I'm very into it.
And technically, it was Frankie, then Robin, then Brooke. So they're the two closest team members. Even though Robin was there before Frankie, but still, she ain't joined them yet officially.
Robin hasn't had a fight since Skypiea, by the way.
Dang.
This is true. She hasn't had like a one-on-one fight since like early chapter 200, mid 200s. Imagine that.
So that fact alone is the reason why I include it.
Years ago.
That was probably like 10 years ago.
Literally years ago.
Yeah, probably a decade.
10 years ago.
Probably even more because like 10 years ago was what?
More.
When we were in high school.
It fell down. Fell down.
Yeah, we started reading One Piece 10 years ago. Damn.
Yeah, CP9, you were showing me that shit like junior year, and I was laughing.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe me. Brian,
look at us now, huh?
Yeah, Brian, I've heard that people are talking shit about our boy Sanji.
Yeah, people are saying that.
Throwing dirt on his name because he reached out to his crewmate for help.
So there's actually some things that came up out of this. Well, most people are like, Oda hates Sanji, or like that Oda doesn't give Sanji any cool moments.
Is
Even
this
Sanji,
legit?
yeah, even Sanji's voice actor, Japanese voice actor, even he's complaining about Sanji not getting any cool moments. And,
First of all, Sanji has had some of the coolest moments in the entire series.
Oda,
Fuck out of here.
Oda responded to the Japanese voice actor and he said if he wants Sanji to change, he's gonna have the voice actor has to change himself.
What? He's like, you're not that cool either. Okay, so I'm about to defend Sanji on a narrative level, even, because this is a very consistent philosophy within Sanji, going all the way back to Annie's lobby. If you remember back then, Usopp was fighting Jabra at the time, and Sanji was recently saved from
The
being
Wolfman.
he was recently being saved by, from being completely cleaned to a point where he couldn't move. And as Usopp was about to get destroyed by Jabra, guess who comes in? Sanji. And in that moment, Usopp was like depressed because like Sanji's telling him, "Hey, go save Robin." Like, and what he basically explains as to why he's like, everybody on this crew who has shit that we can't do. I can come here and I can fight this guy. I can't go save Robin. You can. And Sanji is very consistent in that, where he is very aware of his abilities, and he's very fucking stuck on that point where he won't hurt women. He knows this as a fact. He's like, I would rather die, but I also can't die, so I'd rather ask for somebody who can handle this situation, and someone I personally approve of, because I'm not asking Zoro to come down here to fight a woman. It's got to be a woman to fight a woman. And I will go and save the samurai. He knows what Sanji's an incredibly smart person. He's a very tactical human. He's like Loki, one of the tactical geniuses of this series.
And he's super honor bound too. You know what I'm saying? Where those things usually don't.
Yeah, he's immovable on his morals and his ethics, or however you disapprove of them or whatever. He's very immovable in that. So he needs to go off and do his own thing.
He's emotionally aware. Sure, he's a thirst bucket for women, but he's also understanding towards their feelings and empathetic. In that situation, it's just so wild that people are saying that, because he just had a whole arc dedicated towards him. And honestly, he all right, I'd say this. He needs to get his fight.
He will.
And I know he will. That's why I'm not upset. But aside from that, he's gotten so much attention, even as of recent, and he's always been one of them niggas, if you ask me.
Yeah. I'll also say that on the point of him, of his like empathy towards women, he has that, but he's also aware they need to be defeated if they're in the way. So like, it's not like he's like,
it's just not going to be him, dude.
It can't be him. Like, just because it's been drummed into his head on a weirdly psychological level. That he can't do it. But yeah, I mean, to say that Sanji doesn't have cool moments, he has some of the coolest moments.
I've also heard some people who want to defend Sanji say that he's the most versatile Straw Hat on the crew.
Yeah.
Depends how you look at it.
I would say he's the smartest member of the crew, like in a battle sense. Like, he's the more strategical.
Usopp isn't smarter?
Maybe. It's between him and Usopp. I mean, Sanji is always known when to hang back, and he always just comes out of nowhere and fucks up the enemy's plans on a high degree.
Robin's pretty smart, but she's not that strong.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to Alabasta. He managed to keep himself and Chopper like out of the radar. Uses Chopper as a distraction to come in and save the crew. Uses the fact that Crocodile didn't know about him on a strategical level. He fucked up the arc in Skypiea.
True that. Yeah, he had his moments, man. That's Blackleg Sanji. These niggas don't forgot. Why don't you go back to chapter 1 and meet us back?
Yeah, for real.
And fucking relax.
Yeah. I mean, people are wrong.
Statement. to these people.
Whatever the hate against Sanji in this moment, and plus that shows again now, because this whole point, there's the double edge of calling for Robin for help, but also revealing where these fucking speakers are, and potentially allowing others to cut off communications between Kaido's crew. Oh, people are so
he
wrong.
knew Robin was going to take her out, and she got help with Brooke. This was a smart ass play. He knows what time it is.
Yeah, agreed.
He was also emotionally mature enough to say that he didn't want to resent the upgrades, like the robotic suit, but still know, like, man, I'm going to keep this with me because this could be the difference between life and death for my crewmates.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That means something, man. He hated his family, and his family redeemed themselves after that shit.
No, yeah, he basically told them,
kinda.
like, I'm not your son, and I'm not your brother, no matter what you do.
This is me splitting on my own terms, holding my nuts.
Yeah.
Isn't that the dream, huh?
Yeah.
Telling your dad off while gripping your nuts.
Yeah. Oh, man. What a great chapter.
Relatable.
Yeah, I agree. I mean... Dude,
Anyway, it was a great chapter, man. I'm loving the setups.
Best part about it, no week break for Oda. He's coming back right next week. Oh, so excited.
Blessed
is the
blessed,
Oda.
Man. Blessings up.
Blessings up.
I don't even say that, man. I just that's not even my usual lingo.
But it is today.
Bro, we got a 29-page chapter, World Trigger for the 100th chapter. For the 100th episode.
Yeah.
Righteous.
For real.
I'm telling you, man, they know.
I mean, speaking of which,
we got fans.
What do you say we close the 100th out then? Let's go.
Yes.
That has been our show. Thank you guys for everything. If you've been listening from the beginning, if you watch us on YouTube, whoever is, giving us view counts, whoever you are, we're greatly appreciative of it. Of all the things in the last year and a half that's been kind of shitty, this podcast has not been one of them. It's giving me something to work on. It's giving me something to do so I don't completely lose my mind. So I'm grateful to it. I'm grateful to you guys, and I'm grateful to our original producer, Chef Brian Boss, the boss man. He gave us this fucking setup. I still have his mixer.
Sir.
He gave it. He didn't He's the best. He's the best dude, and we may hear from him again quite soon.
Huh? Quite.
What? But until that day comes, thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you guys join us for the next 100. I mean, it's gonna be oh well, I didn't mean to click that, but big news! It's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait to do it, and hopefully we'll be back together very soon in one room. We all live in the same city, so for pandemic reasons, we've been apart. But hopefully we'll meet again very, very soon, and maybe for the 2-year anniversary in mid-April. No promises though. But in any case, thank you guys so much. I'm Christian Espinal. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Josh at JDCole_37. Brian at B.ESP on Twitter and Instagram. I think Brian Boss, our original producer, the mastermind behind this whole show. You could follow. I think he still has his Instagram up at Saucy Brian Bossy. Still one of the best handles of all time. Our theme song guy. Special thanks to him. Is Drum Fu for giving us a fucking dope ass theme song to bump every episode.
I love it, yo. It was made so perfect.
Yeah. So hit him up. Follow him on Instagram. Very talented individual. Email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want to talk to us about. We're here. If you wanna, you can also comment. Let us know how you feel about the show. Anything we could do better. I mean, I'm looking for self-improvement here. Make the show a little more fun. Things to do to make this more fun for you guys and make it a show that you guys would want to share to a bunch of people. So please let us know your suggestions, or just drop some nice words. I don't mind. I don't mind any nice words. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, Pandora, wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on there. do that. Subscribe to us on YouTube, like all that stuff. All right, let's close it out. Thank you guys so much, and stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace out. $100. That's gonna be the title. 100.
One.
HUNNIT.
1.
HUNNIT.
All right, you got it. 100.
100.